the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
And they were my Ghana move be across the media space. A din ya Ghana for Dudwana Airport, Alan Kojo Kyerematen movement for change penny. Now during the Easter, and now Alan Kojo Kyerematen didn't chiremo. One of these churches. Na a man a microphone say on Kasa. Na a Pentecost church. Now Alan Kojo Kyerematen kana o chiremo say Ghana predominantly Christians and until they serve the country right to make sure say a Christian and someone who is Christ-like and a bidi or my enemy. In fact, what them say me betu Ghana for the do na anya one day. Ghana for the donor express displeasure with respect to the fact that the Pahun's statement a religious bigotry and a Kyerematen a person or day about my because yet to my mua yet ya any based on religious affiliation. Christians, Muslims, traditionalists, Buddhists, etc. Obi a boa a woman a chichirimu. Adwumre wo hono mo na krata esen free movement for change ho ebeto dwa yenkonko tie emu nsem a Alan Kojo Kyerematen kyeremu a or form an alliance with obeti se Dr. Ebu Sakara and other political parties ya ye frɛ wo mo ARC Alliance Revolutionary something ya wo kyerema a very great alliance ya wo form to wrestle power from the MPP and break the NPP NDC duopoly. Eno na nyumre Stephen Atubiga, founder and leader Edema NLC. Echo, good evening Ghana Jumedi so on a lawyer Paula Domoche. In fact, Stephen Atubiga akasa. Na what the Alan Kojo Kyerematen is subani ne ya wadan the Ghana's politics or they are to the right perspective. Lawyer Paula Domoche and so on Alan Kojo Kyerematen Manchen. Yanko na yanko take a soundbite from the Enumeria Akoso. Good evening, Ghana Jumedi so. Metroti.
He's an astute politician who has done so much that I think to me the NLC stand is we don't criticize or we share ideas, we praise where due. I think he would have scored more marks.
What was the point about saying that laptops are being given for political gain? So political gain, so the laptops will not work?
Thank you.
If it will serve its purpose and it's for political gain,
yes,
why not?
I was thinking my big brother should have said, in my tenure as a president, I gave her the laptops, and the laptops were so good that there were people in schools, especially I can use the northern sector, that have never held a laptop, have never seen it physically, besides, have never touched a laptop. They use stones, rocks as keyboards.
Perhaps President Muhammad was saying that the laptops will not translate to votes. Maybe that's what he was saying.
No, he said straight up that it was like in a form of trying to use it to buy votes or to entice people to vote. And I think that he should have rather praised that, look, I did it, and this are the advantages of it, that it helped the nation and it helped students. It made the desk privileged to also have access to computers. He should have praised the current government and said, look, I will do better. A former president should not be criticizing because your faults, your actions and inaction, your weakness. You should be saying that I will do this, I will change that. Are you getting me? I'll do this better because you're a former sitting president. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has never been a president. He's yet to be a president. And then if you have a running mate who is bold enough like Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is able to look at the face of the masses and disassociates himself or to say, I will change this direction that my boss made us to take. I will write this narrative different. I will cancel the e-levy. I'll do certain things that he has promised that he will do it. So when a man speaks,
but the question then is, why is he not doing it now?
He cannot do it. He's a mate. They never voted for him. He was chosen.
So this will be his turn. Okay, let's move on to the religious matter.
Moving on, when I heard Alan Kyerematen making the statement of Muslim, I was so sad.
He didn't say anything about Muslims.
He said this country is Christians are the majority, and then he thinks that a Christian should rather be leading this country.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate that you have an astute politician like my big brother.
Let's hear what Alan Kyerematen said, and then we'll come to you. Let's hear what he said. This is what our brother Alan Kyerematen said.
As a predominantly Christian nation, as Christians, it is our responsibility to ensure that we elect a Christian leader who is also a Christ-like leader.
Amen. So they say, Yansu, I Christo former, a Christonia, why are not Nsem-Pii and Atubiga as a Christo?
And I want to use this platform in particular to commend highly the Church of Pentecost for the role they've played in education, in health, in the economy, and also in winning souls for Christ.
Amen. Let me just say, at the Church of Pentecost, I say, would you make this one go here? If I pomudin, if I'm paibomu, if I'm mine buahuno, Sadiana, the Siamunina, made bon abasokesi.
Without doubt, the Pentecost Church is the largest denomination in Ghana.
Pentecost, I saw you be a so casipa our Ghana.
With your numbers, you can determine who becomes leader in December 2024.
President and
so you have to make the right choice. If you go down on your knees and the good Lord points to Alan John Kyerematen as the leader.
Amen. So to join him now. Make a show say, yeah, honorable Alan Kyerematen.
Then please don't harden your heart.
And then let me say, men prim wakoma.
So Alan Kyerematen is reported to have spoken to when we have been looking at his Mr. Kyerematen's talk critically to determine whether there's religious bigotry in it or not, and we were trying to assess it. We have not yet come to a conclusion. When he speaks to Christians and says that we are Christians and so you should vote for a Christian, that's kind of okay. But when he says Ghanaians are Christians so don't vote for a non-Christian, I think that's bigotry, and the Peace Council and the NCC perhaps should be interested in that. We don't want a campaign of either religious, tribal, gender, any kind of bigotry. You remember in England, Theresa May became prime minister because another woman who was running for the prime ministerial position, who was really ahead of Theresa May in the polls, had commented about Theresa May and said that she didn't have children. And that's incensed the British people. And they voted massively for the Conservative Party, for Theresa May to be prime minister. This is religious bigotry. I think that the supporters of Alan Kyerematen should tell him, let's run a campaign. You cannot come and say Ghanaians are Christians, so we vote for Christian. Nigeria is majority Muslim. They voted for Chief Obasanjo, one of their best presidents ever. He's Christian. So let's not do that. People are born into a religion. They don't choose it themselves all the time. Some people may grow and choose change action to central, charismatic to that, Catholic to charismatic. Yes, that's there. But people are born into. Why are we punishing somebody because of the circumstances of his birth? That's very dangerous. That is very, very dangerous. I'm not doing an editorial yet. Atubiga is speaking, but we need to draw this point. We cannot punish people because he's born Muslim, because he's born Christian, because he's born Northerner, because he's born Ashanti. That's dangerous. And any politician who says that, we should put him to shame. What do you mean by Ghanaians are Christians, so let's vote for a Christian? Tell us why we should vote for you, and we will listen. But you don't come and tell us, don't vote for this person. Not that he's not competent, not that he's whatever, corrupt, but because he's Muslim. That's dangerous. In 2024, Alan Kyerematen actually said that. I have a lot of respect for Alan Kyerematen, but this one is misspoken. Everybody who knows Alan, tell him that he can't run. If he continues like that, he will have to deal with all of us. If he continues this kind of bigotry, he should be apologizing. His campaign should be apologizing and explaining. How do you say something like that? Ever, at all, zero. Why? He cannot be what? Member of Parliament. He cannot be minister because he's born Muslim. No, there are rules that run presidency. He must be qualified to be a citizen of Ghana. America is predominantly Christian. Barack Hussein Obama was elected president of America because he's competent.
I was expecting that the leadership of the church, the institution where he made such unfortunate statements, they should have issued a statement and disassociate themselves or to condemn it. Because I say most of the Christian, they have Muslims family, and this country was built was built, I'm not saying without no fear, without no apology, this country was built or has been built with Muslims and other religious bodies together. We are a country that we don't see religious colors. We are a country that we believe that people have the right to worship whichever religion, and political leaders are not being voted, or political positions are not given to people based on their religious background, or Ghanaians do not go to the ballot box. But Alan Kyerematen's statement is very, very unfortunate. It's unacceptable. And this country, he forgot that it was a Muslim, late Muhammad Ali, who partnered with Kufuor, and they won power the year 2000, right?
Yes, correct.
And then through that, he got the opportunity to be the minister for,
Ambassador and later Minister for Trade.
Yes, for trade and all that. And then today, you've made somebody like Boniface, who was one of, if I will not lie, if they are picking vice presidential aspirants or vice president, if not where he found himself, he would have been number 1 or number 2. He was supposed to be a running mate to Kufuor. He didn't. Was supposed to be a running mate even to he was champion. People were leading for him to be a running mate. Okay, for President Anado. I'm talking about Boniface. And then you've made such a person with other Muslim bodies to withdraw from a party or to lose their membership to follow you, and you make such statement. It's a slap in Boniface and Ku's face. And I think that any Muslim following Alan Kyerematen today, I've spoken to some of them, they are so disturbed, they feel betrayed. And how can you even face Chief Imam? How can you even go to the Muslim communities and go and campaign? And if you are lucky and you make you a leader of a political party, and here's the case that you are building your own movement, it means you've built your own nation, you statement, you're an astute politician like Alan. I think that I will apologize on his behalf. Because I'm one of him, that we all own a political party in this country. I will do the honor by apologizing on his behalf. And I think that whatever reason, if you are given the opportunity or want to leave this country, what he has said, look, today Muslims are now more enlightened with your indulgence. If not before, you would have seen demonstrations, you would have seen attacks, you would have seen a whole going after him like the way they went after Nsem-Pii's church. They would have even made statement that he should never step foot in Zongo again. A Muslim has the right to lead this country if the people of Ghana decides who should lead this country. And as a matter of fact, Muslims have been very loyal. They are the most loyal people, okay, in the history of politics. Muslims deliver, and any Muslim that has been given, they are very clean, they are very truthful, and the Muslim is the only religion that if they commit a sin, the next minute they apologize because they pray 5 times a day. Okay? They are very honest, they are straightforward people, and I think that it's only Ghanaians that can decide who should lead this country. And if he's referring to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, his political party that he has resigned, just as I've resigned from NDC, the man didn't just pick the running mate slot and then the presidential candidate slot on a silver platter.
No.
Okay?
He campaigned and he was elected.
Yes, and the opportunity that Alan Kyerematen got under President Kufuor, it was like giving a child a baby with Milo. Then he has gotten it so much that he's now complaining that the babe that you put on me it's not the best. That's what happened to Alan Kyerematen. You got the opportunity that all government apparatus was with you, and you couldn't make it. And when you lost, you left all those boys who are legends to Nanado, I'm talking about the young guys that you knew who were with Alan and co. And you left them, and somebody groomed them. Anytime you lose an election, you are nowhere to be found. You surface back when you want to contest. That's not how you lead. Now, you are a founding member that your signature is on the party, irrespective of whatever, unless you don't want to play a role. Now you've gone to be a surrogate of the NDC. Okay? They will mask people for you. You are now imitating what Fifi Kotes talks about. No Muslim can be president. So that's what people forget. If you drink alomo at certain kiosks and you are privileged to be sitting at a 5-star hotel drinking the same, you forgot that you are drinking Johnny Walker, not Kapatashi. That's where how my brother Alan has found himself. And if you are not lucky to have a wife That when you put your shoulder on, will tell you that my husband.
No, that's getting personal.
No, I'm saying that if you are not lucky as a person.
But you can't talk about his wife.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm speaking the truth and the facts. Every politician, irrespective as a president, at the end of the day, you and your wife, you lock each other in the room. And certain mistakes that you make.
If you have two wives, which one do you lock?
Well, you have. That's why you have first ladies, and you give them schedules.
Senegal has two first ladies now.
Look, thank you, and he's a Christian.
Senegal.
The president is a Christian.
I don't believe that.
He's a Christian.
Call Bello for me to come and answer this question.
He's a Christian. And it took 9 days after when he came out of.
He's a Christian and he has two wives.
Yes, and no Christian. There's nothing, but you can have as many wives as you as.
Okay, let's get back to our matter.
My father is a Catholic. He had 5 wives.
Your father is a Catholic?
Yes, my father is
5 wives.
Yes. I mean, Muslim. You go.
He must be a very strong man.
Yes. I mean, people having 2, 3, 4.
Tonight we'll be talking about the 12-year-old and the Ulomo. But anyway, let's finish this. We have a lot to do.
Senegal, Muslim of them is Muslim, but a Christian one. So what does that tell my brother?
Can you ask Bello whether it's true that the guy is Christian? That's all I need to know.
Yes,
he said it's not true. Okay.
That is not. He's a Christian.
He said he's a Muslim. Anyway, go on.
Anyway. We'll verify that. I know he's
Fayed, that's his name.
Fayed.
Yeah.
Came out from prison.
Yes, he did. But anyway, let's wrap up.
And in this country, Alan should also know better that it is 3 political parties that merged. Dankwa Buzia Dombo. Okay? 50 years they produced a Muslim candidate. What does that tell him? His former party or he has made history. And what does that also tell him that in the first time history of this country, a Northerner who we don't see political colors, we don't see religious colors. We see him as a Northerner. We see John Dramani Mama as a Northerner. We see Hassan Ayaraga as a Northerner. That he has been given the opportunity to lead his political party. It is not an individual, and without any fear, it's not a particular religious body that will decide who should lead us as Ghanaians. We are way bigger than that. And this can also plunge the country into chaos.
It can.
The statement that he has made is and I think that the Peace Council, look, anything that is national security, national security have the right to invite Alan to apologize, especially we in
it's very dangerous.
Yes.
I mean, if he goes to a Muslim community and starts throwing stones at him,
why do you do it?
That's
you
a national security problem.
All your even the Muslims,
his supporters.
No, I'm saying that not even
the Muslims in the yellow party
follow in the yellow party. They are all in danger. So I think that it is unfair. It is. Let's do this game.
What does Boniface Siddiq think about this? Boniface Siddiq must have been there when he spoke.
Thank you.
And Boniface Siddiq is okay.
And
that somebody says that a Muslim should never leave Ghana.
And the former member of parliament, what's his name? The former member of parliament, who was the communication director for the MPP.
Oh, Yabwabi
and co. Yeah. These are people that are way up there. Alan has dropped them. Alan should cool down. He should cool down.
This statement is terrible. I know he into.
Yes, this shows
a very senior person who will work with Alan.
This shows the pain that he has towards the MPP, his political party, and then when you are peeved, that's why I'm trying to make a statement.
What is the point? There's an election that he lost.
That is why I'm trying to make a point that any leader, whether Samson Goriat, the best soldier, Dampari, president, and anybody, at the end of the day, you have a wife. So we take advice from them. They are able to tell her, look, my husband.
Are you also suggesting that if someone doesn't have a wife, he shouldn't be a leader?
Oh, I'm not saying that. You don't have the wife. You have a legal wife and illegal wife.
Which one is illegal?
The one that you've not gone to pay the dowry.
But you are doing what?
She's living with you. You are stealing somebody's daughter. But whether we like it or not, my brother, marriage, staying together, a husband and wife, or staying, you take.
We have to wrap up.
Women are so powerful.
We have plenty.
Every strong man.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I agree with that.
So why I'm saying that if you are not lucky to have a wife that can, or one of your wives, or your wives that can tell them, my husband, there are certain fights you don't have to go and win. Let's lose. You lose. Your loss will make you more stronger. There are certain fights you go. There are certain homes where you.
When are we going to see you again? Where is the campaign going?
Oh, the campaign is going very well. I'm done with Tamale. I'll be touring all the 5 regions. I'll be going to the 5. I'll be touring all the 5 regions in the country. Then the 5 northern regions, and after that I'll move to Kumasi and whatever. But it's coming so good. I'm surprised the response. Even when
somebody told me when I was going to interview you that he likes the way you dress. What is this? Are you Igbo? What's this cap? And the hat is Igbo.
Kusasis. We know Kusasis dress.
Kusasis dress very well.
We dress. We wear this. And a lot of years in America should tell you that
The America is showing power.
There is part and parcel of how I, you know,
That's Stephen Atubiga. I have to leave it here. Thank you very much. We have